The investigation at the Port of Baltimore following that catastrophic bridge collapse. The Coast Guard says crews and barges are now on their way to remove wreckage from the area. That will be a long task after a cargo ship crashed into one of the main pillars of the Francis Scott Key Bridge, destroying it. The Department of Homeland Security now says this could be one of the most consequential and costliest shipping accidents in our nation's history. Initial assessments show it could reach as high as $4 billion. But while the city of Baltimore puts together plans to rebuild the bridge, 6 families are grieving the loss of their loved ones. State police have said they've recovered the bodies of 2 men so far, while 4 remain missing and presumed dead. Maryland Governor Wes Moore is promising to stand strong for his beloved city every step of the way.
We pray for the family and the families of all of the victims of the Key Bridge collapse, and our hearts are with the families. And to all the families, we are so sorry for this tragedy. Baltimore has been tested before, and every time we stand up on 2 feet, we dust ourselves off, and we keep moving forward. Baltimore may get knocked down, but Baltimore doesn't stay down. Baltimore gets back up.
We have team coverage, and leading us off, ABC's Ike Kajachi on the ground in Baltimore, along with transportation reporter Sam Sweeney here in Washington, D.C. So, Sam, first, there are new details coming out all the time on this investigation. What's the status right now?
Terry, right now we're getting a clear picture of what unfolded that night and how quickly it unfolded. About 1:25 in the morning is when alarm bells started blaring in the bridge or the cockpit of that ship. The captain, the pilot, they're trying to figure out what's going on, why the ship is losing power, why they're unable to steer. Within a minute, they're calling for tugboats in the area to come assist them. Another minute later, they tell their crewmates to drop one of the anchors on the port side of the ship to try to slow the ship down. Obviously, we know that doesn't work. They immediately begin notifying the Maryland Department of Transportation, that on-duty officer, to sound the alarm, put that Mayday call out, and stop traffic on that bridge. Those officers are there within seconds because of that construction crew. And you see that video right there on your screen. Those are the seconds leading up to all of this unfolding. Well, now they've interviewed the captain on board that ship. Today, they will interview the pilot, the local person who was commanding that ship out of the harbor, hoping to learn more. They're also going to begin taking fuel samples from the ship to see if there's potentially contaminated fuel that led to this problem. They're going to be working through the weekend to collect all the perishable evidence that they can before they begin this massive investigation.
Yeah, that timeline is remarkable. So compressed. There was so little time between the recognition that they had a problem and the disaster. And Ike, we are now learning more about the victims of this incident. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Terry, we're getting a lot of our information about the victims from CASA, which is a Latino advocacy and assistance organization. They're giving us a little more insight into some of these victims, the 6 presumed construction workers who are presumed dead from this incident. Now, as you remember, 2 of them were recovered yesterday from that red pickup truck that was submerged 25 feet below the surface of the Patapsco River. CASA, along with police, are identifying those victims. The first one is 35-year-old Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes. He's a native of Mexico who lived in Baltimore. And that second individual was 26-year-old Dorlian Roniel Castillo Cabrera of Dundalk, Maryland, originally from Guatemala. He was also working with the crew. We're being told that they were identified, one of those individuals with his driver's license still in his pocket, and the second individual was identified from his fingerprint. And again, the other 4 construction workers are, in fact, presumed dead. We spoke to Gustavo Torres, who's the executive director of that organization, CASA, and he told us exactly what kind of men these construction workers were. Take a listen.
These construction workers are absolutely essential. They work on the night shifts to repair a bridge that 30,000 people and cars use every day to get to work through the city. Minor and Miguel are just 2 stories, 2 specific examples of thousands of Baltimoreans that are making a contribution to this beautiful country.
Just vital members of the Dundalk and the greater Baltimore community, Terry.
No question about it, Sam, and we're reminded of that and of so many workers around the country who are risking a lot and working hard to keep our roads and bridges open. So, Sam, First, on the video we've seen, we see smoke, what looks like smoke coming out of the ship. Have they established whether or not there was a fire on board? And the cost, people are talking $4 billion. How does that sound?
Yeah, we don't know exactly what that black smoke is, but some experts say that that could have been the backup generator or the engines trying to restart or possibly trying to fire those engines to re-control that ship and get some power back. We just don't know that yet. We're waiting for the NTSB to let us know on that information once they find that out. As far as cost, early estimates put this at $4 billion. That's a lot of money. Who's going to pay for that? Well, the federal government will likely cover it up front, but then the insurance companies who insure this ship will likely be fronting a lot of that bill as well. Terry?
All right. Ike Ujachi, Sam Sweeney, thanks very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.